Hi and welcome back. This video will be on virtual lens. So what actually virtual lens is sometimes we get a lot of broadcast in our network, and say the traffic coming from the printers in one department can get into the other department. So in other words, there is a lot of broadcast traffic, and we wanted to reduce that. We can easily reduce it by putting every department in a different network and having a lot of routers, but routers can be a little expensive, so we can do the same thing just using the switches. So what we can do is we can use one switch, and we can create virtual LANs for every department, so that there's two purposes for virtual LANs, so that the broadcast domains actually increase. That means the traffic decreases. Broadcast from this department does not get into this department or this department, right? So at the same time, we can keep them safe also. In other words, when we create virtual LANs, this becomes a separate network. This becomes a separate subnet, so that these computers cannot get into these computers cannot get into these computers, right? So here I've made a scenario as if it's a building, a three story building, ground floor, first floor, second floor. And we can see that green computers are accounting, orange are HR, and purple are marketing. So there's three accounting computer, one accounting computer, one HR computer, and one marketing computer on same floor. And if we can just look into this right here and see, so we are in one of the accounting computers, right? And I have IPAs here. So this one is 192.168.1.10, 10 and 20 and 30. So similarly, HR department 40, 50, 60, 192, 168, 1.60. Similarly, 192, 168, 1.70, 80, 90. So if we just try to connect with say from counting one of the accounting computers, we're pinging directly into human resources computer, that's 192.168.1.40. And here we can see we can easily communicate, which is not safe, right? And similarly, if we try to ping into say one of the marketing computers from accounting, we can easily ping that. That means all those departments are connected with the same network. They're not secure, plus they also have they are also in the same broadcast domains, so that all the traffic from all the networks comes to just one source, right? All the traffic gets into this, and it will the network will become a little congested. So we can for that we can create virtual LANs and put those computers in their own virtual LAN, and create as if we have a separate subnet for all departments. So here I can see that accounting is all greens, right? And orange is HR, and purple is marketing again. And I also have mentioned that these ports, like this port is all the accounting ports are F0, 1, 2, 3, right? And again, the HR ports are F0, 4, 5, 6, and marketing ports are 7, 7, 8, 9. So they are connected on those ports in the switch, right? So now we will create a different VLAN for accounting, different VLAN for human resources, and different VLAN for marketing. So let's get into this, into the switch. And so let's first of all, let's just take a look at uh, how virtual LANs look like. So if we just open this configuration for virtual LANs right now, all the ports including gig ports are in virtual LAN 1. So by default they're all in single virtual LAN, so that means they are in the same network. So what we'll do is we will create three different virtual LANs and put these all these computers on in those three separate ones. So now let's just get it started. We're already in configuration mode, and first of all we'll create an virtual LAN for accounting. So let's first select F interface range. Okay, so we're saying that we're using interfaces this and this and this, and we're making sure it's a range because there will be multiple uh, uh, multiple ports. So 1 to 3, right? So for accounting, port number F0, 1 all the way to 3 ports, this, right? So we are selecting these ports, and now once we have selected, so there's a command called switch port, and switch port we're making it access. That means it's directly connected with a computer. The switch port is directly connected with a computer, right? And now this one virtual LAN. Okay, now here we have to decide which virtual LAN number we want to give it, right? So we know that number 1 was default, and then they can be up to 4094. So there can be several virtual LANs. So right now we'll just create one for accounting, and we'll call it VLAN 100, right? So this is for accounting, and we already have 3 ports in it, and so we just enter, and we get the response access VLAN does not exist. It's not there because we just created. So it says creating VLAN 100. So if we just look at our VLANs again, we just created VLAN 100 right here, and we just put these ports FA01, 02, 03 in virtual LAN 100, right? So now let's just create another virtual LAN for, so now we select different ports. Now this one was 1 to 3, and human resources ports are 4 to 6. So let's just select 4 all the way to 6, and we click on enter, and we use the same command, switch port access VLAN. Instead of 100, this time for human resources we will use 200. So we'll create a different virtual LAN for human resources. So we just did, and now if we look at the same command again, show virtual LANs, we can see that there is another virtual LAN which is 20, and it has these ports 4, 5 and 6, right? And finally we create another virtual LAN for marketing. So now we select 7 all the way to 9. So if we just look at our drawing little graph here, little chart here, F0, 7 to 9, these ports, this port, this port, this port, these are 0 to 9 are, if we just look at this, this is 7, so 7, 8, 9, they're connected with marketing computers. So let's enter and let's create, instead of 200, the marketing virtual LAN is, let's call it 300. We can use any number for that, and this one we just calling it 300. And now if we just take a look at our VLAN scenario, we see 100 for accounting, 200 for human resources, 300 for marketing. So now all those ports were here before. They were in by default in virtual LAN 1. Now they're in their own virtual LANs. So this is all the marketing computers, this is all the HR computers, this is all the accounting computers, right? So let's just double check now whether they're in a separate network or not. So before we were able to ping every computer. Now they're in a separate network. They are in a separate broadcast domain, so they are safe from each other. Human resources computers are safe from accounting computers, they're safe from marketing computers, right? So if we just look at say now we are on a accounting computer, we trying to ping 90. 90 is what? 90 is right there in the marketing, right? So we are pinging dot 90, and this shouldn't work, right? Now it's not working, right? And similarly, if we try to ping from here to one of these computers, one of the HR computers, it shouldn't work, right? So let's do that. We'll just wait this to finish. So it's finished, and let's now human resources IPA is 40, 50, 60. So let's try one of those. Let's just try 50, right? This should also fail because this is a separate network now. So none of these networks should be able to communicate directly with each other unless we create some other scenario that I'll cover in one of the other networks. But now at least they are in separate broadcast domains, they are separate from each other. So we try to ping HR computer, it doesn't work, right? But one thing should work, all these computers should be able to communicate with each other because they are in the same virtual LANs, they are in the same subnet, uh, almost like a physical subnet. So I'm right here, 192.168.1.10. I should be able to ping .20 and .30, right? So let's just do that. So .20 should work. See, now we're in the same network, so we can easily ping, and .30 should also work, right? So this is how we create virtual LANs, and they create different broadcast domains. That means the network traffic from one subnet cannot, or one virtual LAN cannot get into the other virtual LAN, and also they become secure from each other. So we can somehow create the communication between them, uh, but this is the best way to secure them from each other. So this is how we create sub virtual LANs. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video.